However, that being said, if you look at the issues we are talking about here today, and we've been talking about for some time, these issues do have a dramatic impact on companies like Liberty and other manufacturers in upstate New York and our ability to survive and prosper as companies. No single issue like the high workman's compensation costs or the high tax rates or the onerous laws or the issues we have to deal with high energy costs, no one of those issues by themselves will cause a company like Liberty to go out of business. But collectively, they clearly impede our ability to compete. They impede your ability to hire additional people, to spend the money you'd want to be spending on R&D, to develop new processes and new products. So overall, with time, each of those little elements do impact and pull back your ability to succeed in this environment. As past chairman of the AMT, which is the Association for Machine Tool Technologies across the United States, and a past president of the Rochester Tooling and Machining Association, I've had a chance to see a lot of companies here in Rochester and know what makes them tick, know what makes certain companies succeed and what makes certain companies fail. And I've also seen, traveling around the United States as chairman of AMT, what other communities and states are doing to draw companies into their area and make it an environment that people can succeed in. We have not yet gotten that message here in upstate New York, and it's clearly had an impact on our manufacturers here. Manufacturing is the backbone of any community, not just here in Rochester, but any community. It's fundamental to the survival of the economy. In the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and even in the 70s, there was a reason to draw manufacturing companies here to Rochester because you had Xerox, Bausch & Lomb, Kodak, General Motors, Delco, and it drew tool and die and manufacturers into this environment. And it was natural for them to be drawn here. But if you look at where we're at now and the changes that those companies have had to make themselves, there's not a natural draw such as those corporations to bring in a manufacturing base to town. Therefore, you need to find a way to level the playing field. And leveling the playing field is addressing these issues that we're talking about in order to make the environment more of a level playing field. The things that we're talking about really aren't corporate welfare issues. We're not talking about doing something that just is a singular benefit to corporations or the owners of those corporations. It's something that's good for everybody when you do something that helps the economy and grows manufacturing jobs. We're also not looking at just doing very rifle shot focused activities such as the MEP programs or community programs, which are great in and of themselves, but overall don't affect the overall playing field for all companies to try to succeed overall. What the state has been doing is really more impeding and defending past policies as opposed to trying to attract and enhance the opportunities for manufacturers. What we're really looking to try to do is get to a point of minimizing the pandering to a specific few in Albany and trying to have people understand in Albany that their ability to affect and impact the issues that we're talking about, the workers' comp, the high taxes, the issues of high energy costs, the onerous laws, the overall tax rate, those items can be affected. And people talk about, well, how do you go adjust this? How do you make some kind of impact on those? And people like myself that love manufacturing, love Rochester, love this community, look at it and say it's a lot like, I was just talking to a friend of mine about training for an ultra marathon. It's an issue of deciding what you're going to do, establishing a plan, and following that plan. And it's no different here. You decide you're going to take one step, then you're going to run 10 miles, then you're going to run 20 miles. You get one company, then you get two companies, then you get 100 companies, all focused on just taking a plan, moving that plan forward. And that's all it takes, one step at a time. Thank you.